Meghan Markle. Let's start there. By now, you've probably seen the clip countless times, but it's worth revisiting, because what unfolded yesterday has quickly turned into one of the most talked about celebrity stories of the week. And surprisingly, it all began with something as trivial as a conversation about tights, or as Meghan once called them, pantyhose. On Saturday, August 24, 2025, Graham Norton made his much-anticipated return to Virgin Radio UK. It was a one-off special, broadcast live from the stylish Commons Club bar at Virgin Hotels in Edinburgh. The event lined up perfectly with the closing weekend of the Edinburgh International Festival, and fans who were lucky enough to be there described the atmosphere as electric. Known for his sharp wit, cheeky humor, and ability to pull unexpected stories out of his guests, Norton promised an afternoon of laughs, surprises, and signature banter. But no one could have predicted how quickly the spotlight would shift away from the guests in front of him, and onto Meghan Markle, who wasn't even in the room. During the broadcast, Norton slipped in a remark about Meghan Markle and an alleged connection to a private yacht. It was quick, almost casual, but the moment it left his lips, it landed like a headline. Listeners caught it instantly, clips began circulating online within minutes, and by the afternoon, Meghan's name was dominating Twitter, Instagram, and celebrity forums worldwide. What made it all the more striking was Meghan's absence. She wasn't there to respond, defend herself, or clarify. And yet, she became the main character in a story that quickly spiraled into speculation, debate, and endless commentary. Critics suggested that the remark revealed Meghan's mask slipping, that polished PR image she's been carefully maintaining since her explosive Oprah interview years ago. For months, she's presented herself as quietly living in California, working on creative projects, and steering clear of drama. But Graham's yacht comment reignited conversations about her private life, pulling her right back into the spotlight she's been trying to manage so carefully. The reactions were immediate and divided. Supporters of the Duchess flooded social media with disbelief, asking whether Norton had gone too far in airing what many considered a deeply personal detail. Others couldn't resist speculating: who owned the yacht, what was Meghan's connection to it, and why was this detail being brought up now? Soon, hashtags tied to the incident were trending, and the clip had spread far beyond Graham's radio audience. For Meghan, it was yet another reminder of the relentless scrutiny she faces. Even when she says little, even when she avoids public drama, one stray comment is enough to put her back at the center of a media storm. And of course, this wasn't just about the yacht. For many, the mention resurfaced memories of the infamous tights controversy, the supposed row between Meghan and Catherine over bridesmaids' dresses. To critics, the link was obvious: once again, Meghan being dragged back into royal gossip, with old narratives being tied to new ones. But here's what makes the moment so fascinating. Graham Norton didn't deliver the comment as a scandalous revelation. It was a passing line, almost a joke. Yet because of his reputation, his timing, and the massive reach of a live broadcast, that single line exploded into a cultural talking point. In today's media landscape, that's all it takes. A remark, a soundbite, a fleeting reference, and suddenly the entire world is dissecting it. Meghan, in this case, wasn't just trending because of what was said, but because of what it symbolized. As news outlets picked up the story, debates flared. Was Norton out of line for dragging her private associations into a public forum? Or, given Meghan's fame and history, was it simply fair game? Commentators split down the middle. Some argued this was an unnecessary intrusion on her privacy. Others insisted it was harmless chatter, the kind of celebrity gossip audiences have always craved. Regardless of where people stood, the impact was undeniable. Meghan was trending again. The yacht became a symbol, a lens through which the public examined her choices, her lifestyle, and the ongoing tug-of-war between her personal boundaries and the demands of global fame. Clips of the moment were reposted endlessly, drawing everything from ridicule to outrage, from defense to curiosity. Some viewers sympathized, pointing out how exhausting it must be to have every move dissected in such a way. Others saw it as proof that Meghan's narrative has never really been in her control. And it's true, this is the reality of modern celebrity. Even when absent, even when silent, figures like Meghan Markle remain vulnerable to exposure, to speculation, and to being turned into the story of the day. Graham Norton's offhand remark became a case study in just how quickly the lines between entertainment, journalism, and personal privacy blur. What makes this story even more intriguing is its timing. Meghan and Prince Harry are still tied to their high-profile Netflix deal, with rumors swirling about upcoming projects. Every time Meghan's name trends, whether for good or bad, audiences can't help but speculate about what it means for her brand, her influence, and her relationship with the media. Some commentators even suggested that Netflix executives may be quietly weighing the fallout from such moments. By the end of the weekend, what started as a lively radio comeback for Graham Norton had morphed into something much bigger. It became a global conversation about fame, privacy, and the power of live broadcasting in an age where every word can go viral in seconds. For Meghan Markle, it was yet another reminder: absence does not equal invisibility. Even when she isn't there, even when she says nothing, her life remains a stage for public fascination and debate. And for the rest of us, it was proof of how one offhand comment, one unscripted moment, can transform into the headline of the day.